Hello everybody, welcome back to C&S Corvettes in beautiful sunny Sarasota, Florida. It's your Corvette buddy Lyle here to talk to you about more interesting, exciting, and hopefully helpful Corvette stuff. Today though, we've got some not so great news about what's going on in the parts world, in Corvettes specifically, but in the automotive parts world in general. Before we get started though, I want to send a special thank you out to everybody who has been helping us try to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Just this weekend, we crossed the 80,000 subscriber mark, all due to you guys. And thank you so much for helping us to grow, which allows us to bring you more information and do more fun and exciting stuff. The bigger our channel gets, the bigger our audience gets, the more we get to do. So thank you. Suffice it to say, quality control in the parts world right now is slipping. Even big name brands aren't immune to this. We have seen some terrible inconsistent build quality, bad welds, bad fitment, misaligned brackets, stripped threads on brand new parts coming from the factory. And this is not just GM, it's all the parts suppliers to some degree. Just in the last 3 weeks, I've had two bad AC compressors, brand new, that you couldn't even turn by hand. We've had one bad water pump that was so corroded inside as a brand new part, I wouldn't put it on the customer's car. And the most recent example, and kind of the impetus for this video, is AC Delco Iridium spark plugs, which are normally the standard for any LS engine platform that isn't going to be supercharged or have a big cam in it. It's the factory replacement and actually the upgrade from the Platinum. What we're finding is the AC Delco box comes in, 4 plugs in each box, and each plug is in its own little AC Delco box. You take all those plugs out, some of them have the AC and the part number in a dark blue, and some of them are in a lighter blue. What we found is the lighter blue are not built to the same level as the darker blue. Now, these plugs should be all identical. It's all the same part number. But you look at every part of that plug, the little arc stand on the top, they're really rough. The threads are rough. And we're finding that right out of the box, about 15 to 20% of the light blue AC Delco spark plugs don't even work. How we discovered this was we had trusted them for years, and in the last month or two, we've done a couple of spark plug changes, including on our own cars here, and all of a sudden, after a week or two, you've got a dead cylinder. What's going on? So we pull out that spark plug, put it in our spark plug tester, and nothing, nada. Even a 100,000-mile spark plug looks great in that machine compared to the brand new Iridium that doesn't do anything. So same part number, different results. This is why it's important to go to a trusted mechanic to do the work on your car that you can't do yourself. Not the guy who used to work at the engine plant back in 1971 who's your neighbor. Most issues with these parts, if you aren't testing them ahead of time, obviously aren't discovered until the car is already torn apart. You've wasted time, you've lost money, and potential damage to the car. It's also major headaches during install, especially with body panels, electronics, and performance parts. You have to test every part before installation. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So just a few basic hints to help you as the hobbyist before you install these parts. If you've got any kind of body panels, add-on splitters or spoilers and stuff, before you do anything, dry fit these body parts to your car. Make sure they are going to fit the shape of your car to where you don't have to manufacture a way to make it work. You should never have to make a part work on a car. If you do, you're going to regret it later on, especially as age and UV and heat affect those body panels. It's never going to look right. So if it doesn't fit just like it's supposed to, return it. Anytime you're using anything mechanical, before you put it in, check all the threads. Make sure that all the mounting holes in the threads are clean and uniform. If you have moving parts like pulleys, spin them up. Make sure that they don't growl or grind so that they're nice and smooth. Anything that may have been welded, especially aftermarket brackets, exhaust, check the welds. Make sure that they're uniform and they don't have a bunch of pockmarking or discoloration from a bad weld. For anything electrical, try to test them as much as you can using a multimeter on sensors or electrical components. Anything you can test, before putting it in the car, definitely take that 10 or 15 minutes to do, because we never want to plug an unknown electrical component into a car that may damage the electrical system of the car and cause greater problems down the road. If you have the part that came off the car that was bad, do a close inspection comparing the new part and the old part and make sure that they are of the same quality. If the new part is not the same quality as the old part, return it, go with a different brand, try something else. Don't accept anything that you look at and go, it'll probably be okay, because odds are it won't. The general rule I want you to live up to, and this is the whole point of this video, if you take nothing else away from this video: test first, trust second, install last. Once that's done, odds are, if you do your due diligence like this every time you work on the car, or you have a mechanic who is known for doing these things before he puts parts on your car, the chances of you having to go in and redo something or replace something a second or a third time are greatly minimized. A little time up front saves major problems later. Be forewarned, having knowledge ahead of time is power, so use that power to protect yourself and your car from having needless problems due to somebody else's lack of quality. And last but not least, guys, please remember to like and subscribe. If you enjoy what we do here, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, we're still trying to get to 100,000 here before the end of the year, and only you can help me do that. I hope you found this helpful. Any interesting stories you have about parts failures, and I'm sure there are some good ones, put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. See you soon. And last but not back to back.